Okay, so what you should have done now is mapped the different types of land use for 2002. Hopefully you've done a really neat job of it. I've got a few gaps in mine. It's not completely perfect. I didn't take a lot of time. You'll have more time to do a good job of it. What we're going to do now is actually calculate the area of these different polygons. And we use that using a website called earthpoint.us, and we want this thing called calculate polygon area. So what you do is you select your folder. Hopefully you've got a maximum of 5 polygons in there. If you've got more, you're going to have to split this into groups. But you basically want to copy the whole folder. You open Earthpoint and you paste it in there. And then let's change the area to square meters. Square kilometers would also work, but there's large rounding errors, and we want the length in meters. And then we want to export to Excel. And what you end up with is a spreadsheet here. These are my 5 different polygons for agriculture, and here is the area of each of those polygons. Now what I want is the total area of agricultural land in my study area. So I type in a formula, equals sum, open my brackets, and I'm going to select those 5 cells, close my brackets, press enter, and that's the amount of square meters of agricultural land in my study area. Now I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it into a spreadsheet here. So agriculture, I can paste that in, use the clipboard with a 1, 2, 3. It's going to mean it actually pastes the number in there. And now we can do the same thing for residential. So back to Google Earth, residential here, copy that data, go back to earthpoint.us. Now go in the box here, press Control A and delete it. It clears everything, and then we can paste the residential data in there. Export to Excel. There's a new spreadsheet that's been created. These are the areas for the residential land. Equals sum, open brackets, select my cells, close brackets, enter, and that's the amount of square meters of residential land. Once again, I will copy that and I will paste it into my spreadsheet using clipboard 1, 2, 3, and there you go. This is what it will look like once you've done all of them, and I've done current land use as well, which is the next task. Now what I've got here is the complete area of my study size area. That should be meters squared, not kilometers squared. The way I calculated the area of my study area was just using the ruler tool. I did a simple length, which was this, times width, which was this, and I ended up with this value here. Now one way to check whether you've done a good job or not, if you add up all of these, it should be close to this number. So if I do equals sum and I select all of these, close brackets, enter, it's fairly close. It's not exact. The reason why it's not exact is I have gaps, for example, here where I've got nothing coloured in there, and so those gaps all add up to being a little bit less than the complete study area. The other thing I can do is calculate the percentage of each of these land use. So I've got the area of agricultural land. If I want the percentage, I want to know how much percent this is of the total. So once I press equals to create a formula, and I want to do this cell divided by, so do a dash, divided by the total area, close my brackets, and time, so use an asterisk for time, times 100, and that's going to calculate the percentage. So I know that in 2002, 82% of the land was used for agriculture. If I want to do the same thing for residential, I do equals, open up a bracket, I want to use this, and I want to divide that by the total area, I want to close the brackets, and I want to times that by 100, and there we go, 2.5% was used for residential. And here I've got a spreadsheet where I've done it all. You can see all the values there for 2002 land use, and I've got all the values here for the current land use, and I'll talk about comparing those in a video down the track.